Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are a Linux enthusiast, a developer, or just someone who tried broken systems after updates, then you need to know about NIX OS. Today we are diving into one of the most unique and powerful operating systems out there. Whether you are curious about what make NIX OS so special, think about installing it, or just love learning cool technology, you are in the right place. So, let's get started. What is NIX OS? NIX OS is a Linux distribution built around a package manager called Linux. But it's not any other distro. It flipped the entire way we think about operating system. Imagine the system where everything is defined in a configuration file, a package that the system services, even the user settings, everything in a single file. That is NIX OS. Instead of manually installing, configuring that, this NIX allows to describe everything in a simple text file. And the file is called like configuration.nix, like that. Why would you choose NIX OS? Before that, if you know you are in DevSecOps or DevOps, you will know infrastructure as code, like that. That is NIX OS. And why do we choose Linux? First of all, sound cool, right? And first reason is reliability. You can always roll back to a working version of your system if something breaks. It's just file, just edit it, that's it, it's all. And reproductivity. Like if your laptop got some kind of issues or you are using new laptop, just copy the configuration file from the old one to the new one. Everything will be installed and every settings will be there. Surprising, right? Next is isolation. NIX OS allow you to multiple version of same packages to access side by side. It is like in mobile phone or any other laptop, a dual. One will be for our personal use and another will be for something else, like that. And for example, if you want Python 3.10 for one project and 3.12 for other project, no problem. If you are using Linux. Next is learning opportunity. You will understand Linux, packaging, configuration, management at a deep level. That is like NIX OS. Next, how does this NIX OS work? First concept is NIX Package Manager. NIX doesn't just install packages, it installs everything in isolated environment. Package doesn't overwrite each other. Next is decorative configuration. Instead of sudo apt install every time you need something, you write down what you want in a file called I already mentioned that configuration links. In Ubuntu we need to type like sudo apt install for example VLC, Python, that, this, everything. In this NIX OS, just type the name. Like if you want VLC, then in the configuration file there is a select section where you need to type the name of the application. That's it. It's all. And the third concept is rollback. Every time you change something, the system keeps backups. Update, break something, just reboot into the last good generation like magic. No problem. It's really fun. Like how we set up Linux. First we download the ISO file from nixos.org, boot into the environmental and partition your disk, mount the partition and run the config file, generate the config file and edit the config file, and lastly type NIX OS install and set the root password. That's it. It's over. Once you boot, everything will be declared and already be installed and working. To be frank, it's really amazing. I really prefer if other Linux brands such as Ubuntu, Arch Linux would also choose like that. NIX OS is definitely not for everyone. It has a learning curve, but if you are willing to put a little effort, it rewards you with a system that powerful, reliable and truly yours. Whether you are a developer, a DevOps engineer, or just curious geek, try NIX OS will open your mind to an entirely new way of thinking about operating system. In my second laptop, I am using Ubuntu. I am planning to switch to NIX OS. After all, I'm gonna focus on DevOps and DevOps, so I'm gonna use NIX OS. Let's see what all the things I can find. And if you want to make a full step-by-step Linux installation tutorial or deep dive into advanced features, just let me know in the comments. And I forgot to mention one more thing. In the NIX OS configuration file, there is the option called where we type the application name in an option which is called as environment system package with equal to packages. It's the file thing, and in that there will be a bracket. We need to type everything that we want to install, like Firefox, Vim, Git, nvim, anything, and everything will be just like normal Linux, only packages. Normal Linux means normal Linux like Ubuntu or Linux, like that. The main changes will be the packages. I mean the installation of packages. That will be the only main changes compared to others. The really main changes, not just change, the really main change. And it's the real thing I really love about NIX OS is the reproductivity. I already mentioned that reproductivity. Imagine that your computer broke and just with a configuration file you will get everything back. Imagine. It's kind of really fun. Just like a DevOps. Just like DevOps work. We don't need to like if you want to update or do any configuration for the new update, just change your file and push it to. After you need to config file and DevOps concept have to be done, you just need to push it to the GitHub. Just like that, just take the file and run the command. Everything will be back to normal. I really like that part. And that's all for this video, guys. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash the notification bell for more deep tech content. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay curious. Bye, guys.